Let's step back and hear it running. Sounds good to me. So the AccuSpark was the answer. So now it's a matter of testing the lights and see if we can get it ready for the MOT. Flasher works. Side lights. 2 side lights. Dip beam. Yep. Well, it's a bit dark, that one. So we've got main beam. And lights off. Indicators. Ignition button. Nothing on the right at all. Okay, so since we've got nothing on both sides, that means we've got the main power supply to the switch isn't working. So let's have a quick look at that and I'll let you know what we find. Now we've got a problem with the special in that the indicator lights are absolutely dead. So I've drawn up a diagram showing the wiring and I'll just take you through it. So these are earths, these are the 4 bulbs, front and rear or rear and front, whichever you like. This is the battery. So the power comes out of the battery on the positive terminal, comes to the ignition switch. You turn the ignition on, it energises this wire, which energises one of the wires going into the flasher. And this is your indicator stalk. And when you turn it to the left, it energises those ones, and turn it to the right, it energises this system. So we're energising it like that, nothing's happening. That's because that isn't being drawn down to here and connecting. That's the bit that goes click, 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 you're all familiar with. So the way that we can check that it's working is if we connect that wire to that wire with a little loop, we should get the lights on permanently on either one side or the other side, depending on which way we're indicating. That then proves to us that it's the flasher. If we're hearing click, 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 and we're getting, say, this light and this light on, but then when you put it to the left side, you only get one of these, it's generally speaking, either the bulb's gone or the earth's gone, the earth connection on the indicator. This is the same on all classic cars without hazard warnings. Hazard warnings adds another dimension to it, but let's just deal with a very simple one that we've got on the special. So here's your battery, here's your ignition switch, put the power on, energise that side of the flasher unit, and that should then click, 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 click. Now the problem we've got on the special is that when we energise it, we're getting nothing. And we've put a jumper wire between the two, and we're getting, when we select left, we're getting both those lights on, when we select right, both those lights on. So we know that the flasher isn't working. So I've ordered a flasher, about to fit it. Let's see what happens. Well, I hope you can see this, guys. Here's the flasher unit that's not working. And we put this little jumper wire across. So without the jumper wire, we'll take that off. Remove the jumper wire. Hook it back up. So put the ignition on. We've got nothing. No flashing light. Nothing. Indicators are dead. Dead, dead. Dead, dead. So let me just refix the jumper wire. Put a little jumper in just to connect the two. What we're doing is we're proving what's wrong. Indicators on. Now we're getting a flashing because that's a flashing LED. Don't know if you can see on the other side, flashing LED. Doesn't mean to say the indicators are flashing. So right indicators, on constantly, on constantly. Left indicators, on constantly, on constantly, if you just see it. So we know we're right. We know we've got the problem with the little flasher unit. So let's get that changed. So I've just pulled out the old one. We'll just connect the new one. See the light flashing? It doesn't mean to say the indicators are flashing. That's better. So we've got a good connection on that. Let's see what the indicators are doing. So we've got the right one again. Right one indicator on. The light is flashing. Hey presto. Look at that. Only thing to do now is test the left side. flashing nicely, flashing nicely. What I do now is use a self-adhesive pad and just stick that little flasher unit away so it's not rattling around. What we've done is we've changed this flasher unit. If it wasn't clicking, in fact the new one isn't clicking. Completely silent. Anyway, that was a quick fix on the indicator system on the Special. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, thanks for your comments. Now I'm just checking the rear brake lights. On, off, on, off, on, off. Now I can see the, I know they're working, so I can see the ignition light up here. I'm going to review the video, so hope you've been checking. I think they're working.